On Monday, November 18th, nearly 60 people participated in an event hosted by Well House to kick off their 19-to-1 campaign. Well House, which provides safe and affordable housing to people experiencing homelessness, organized their campaign to draw attention to the housing disparities in Kent County and to raise funds for future housing. The 19-to-1 campaign is based on the fact that there are roughly 1,000 people who are currently experiencing homelessness in this area. At the same time, there are an estimated 19,000 empty housing units in Kent County. This means that for every person experiencing homelessness, there are 19 empty housing units they could be living in. At the kickoff event, Well House gardener Jeff Smith talked about the campaign as a way of honoring the legacy of the organization's founder, Marion Clements.
We're also trying to kind of continue the legacy of Marion Clements, who sort of started Well House back in the 70s. And Marion just has a really fabulous story, and if you ever take one of our orientations, you'll be able to learn more. You can get some information off our website, but she's also a person who experienced homelessness, and because of that and because of the kind of housing model, which Tammy will talk about when we get to the next spot, that she experienced, which is really based on hospitality, that's why she started Well House. But another thing is that Marion was also really saw the connection between these issues. And I was just looking at the website, the National Priorities Project. And if you look at, you can look at how much money that leaves Grand Rapids tax base for funding the U.S. war in Afghanistan. And there are $4,633 that leave Grand Rapids every hour to fund that. So that means that what leaves the tax base here in 5 hours is equal to what we're trying to raise over the next 6 weeks. And that certainly, again, I think says something about priorities. And Marion, just like Dr. King, understood that a nation which spends more on weaponry and militarism and less on basic people's needs is a nation facing spiritual death. So we're trying to honor Marion's legacy by making those connections and saying that we think that housing should be a priority that we all invest in first.
Well House's Executive Director Tammy Vandenberg then addressed those in attendance about the organization's Housing First model.
Thanks again to everybody for coming. This is just a really, really great turnout, and on a very cold November night, you really figure out who the diehards are. And so you are them, and you are appreciated. 632 Cass, we purchased, Well House purchased. So we have 3 houses that are fully occupied. This is our 4th house. It is almost done. This has been our first attempt at a total rehab, and we bought the house in July. And started working on it in August. We purchased it from the Kent County Land Bank, and it has truly been a community effort to get this house back up to code. We have had volunteers. We have our maintenance gentleman who has supervised volunteers. We have had tenants. The Kellogg Foundation gave us funding to pay tenants to help fix up the houses, which just makes me really, really proud to be able to house people and then give them meaningful work that then houses other people that are homeless. That's something that makes me really proud. So we operate on the Housing First model, which means we don't have any requirements to move in terms of sobriety, in terms of employment. The vast majority of the people that come in have disability, veterans benefits, cash assistance, and we meet them where they're at. As you'll see, there are vacant houses all over here, so if we can continue to raise funds. Thanks to the Community Foundation for giving us the loan, and that might be something we can continue to do. And yeah, that's it. We'll keep walking.
Camilla Volker, also a gardener at Well House, addressed the organization's work of food justice and its relationship to the Housing First model.
As Tammy mentioned at 632 Cass, we believe housing is a right, and we also believe food is a right. And in our current food system, there is a large proportion of people who are marginalized and aren't able to afford or don't have equal access to food. So we're advocating by having these gardens to offer nutritious, healthy options to our tenants and neighbors, and also address this on a larger scale. We're hoping to be an example of what we can do to change the disparities in the food system as well as the housing system in our city. So we acquired these lots from the land bank as well. Land bank owns several properties in this area, as you can tell, along with ICCF, but we've been working with the land bank, and we got these two. These are 2 vacant lots, and they had houses on them a couple of decades ago, and they were taken down. And they're open. We had this one tree on this property, so we were really happy to be able to put a garden here. We canvassed the neighborhood and asked the neighbors if they would be interested in growing food with us, and if so, what kind of food and how they'd want to participate. So we're not calling this a community garden, we're calling it a neighborhood garden, because it's welcome for everyone to come and join in however they can and want to. So we acquired it in July, so we planted some fall crops here, and next year we plan on planting all 30 of the raised beds that we put in to the fullest. And we're also partnering with Our Kitchen Table, another food justice organization in Grand Rapids, to put a hoop house here, so we can start more of our own seeds and continue to offer that knowledge and skill share with neighbors on the growing aspect, not just the eating aspect. So yeah.
If you would like to support the Wellhouse 19-to-1 campaign, go to our website, wellhousegr.org, and make a donation. You can also get more information about the campaign by going to the Wellhouse 19-to-1 campaign on Facebook, or by stopping by the office located at 600 Cass Southeast in Grand Rapids. At Wellhouse, we believe that a good start to solving homelessness is to provide truly affordable housing.